call the meeting to order. It is 5:36. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the
United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Notice of meeting. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Perth Amboy Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted at the bulletin board in the Administrative Headquarters building, mailing notices to the Home News Tribune, El Diario La Prensa, City Clerk Cupsh, as well as all other persons requiring notification pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Law. Report on election. Election results from November 5th, 2024. 3 board members were elected. Yesenia Velez, 3,840 votes. Michael George, 3,775 votes. Diane Crawford, 3,165 votes. Congratulations, everyone. We will now administer the oath of office to the three board members, and we'll give them a chance, once they're sworn in, to say a few words. We're going to go in alphabetical order. Ms. Crawford, if you would join me at the podium. Your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. I, Diane Crawford,
I, Diane Crawford,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New
of
Jersey,
the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established in the United States
established in the United States
and this state
this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Diane Crawford,
I, Diane Crawford,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member
for the office of the member
of a Board of Education,
of the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly
perform all duties of that office
perform all duties of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Diane Crawford,
I, Diane Crawford,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and declare
that
that I am not disqualified
I am not disqualified
as a voter
as a voter
pursuant to RS
pursuant to RS
19:4-1,
19:4-1,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I am not disqualified
to hold this office
to hold this office
due to a conviction
due to a conviction
of a crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in NJSA
listed in NJSA
18A:
18A: colon,
12-1.
12-1.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
One for you
Thank you.
and your certificate.
All right. Thank you,
No,
sir.
it's-
I just really want to thank the people of Perth Amboy, those that I know and those that I do not know, for putting your trust in me. And as I indicated when I saw the results of this election, that I think that it takes blind faith to put trust in someone that you really don't know. So my promise to you today is that I will do my very best for the city of Perth Amboy, the citizens, the students, and the staff, to do what needs to be done for the city of Perth Amboy and its residents. Thank you so much for your trust.
Mr. George, please. Right hand up. I, Michael George,
I, Michael George,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the governments
to the government
established
established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state
at this state
under the authority of the people.
on the environment of people.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Michael George,
I, Michael George,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member
for the office of the member
of a Board of Education,
of the Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all duties
perform all duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my knowledge.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Michael George,
I, Michael George,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and declare
and declare
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
as a voter
as a voter
pursuant to RS
pursuant to RS
19:4-1,
4-1,
and that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
to hold this office
to hold this office
due to a conviction of a crime
or any eviction or God
or offense listed in
or events listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:12-1.
18A:12-1.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't prepare to say anything here, but as a past teacher, advisor, coach, administrator in the Perth Amboy School District, I guess what goes around comes around, and I'm ready to attack and try my very, very best to make our school district one of the very best in the state. We have good students. We have a good staff. Pardon me. We have a great staff. Okay? We have good administrators, and I think our leadership is great. I also want to applaud the members of our Board of Education, who I've been working with for the past few years. They work very, very hard. They don't get any pat on the back. It's just They're here because they want to be here. They want to be here for the students of our city. We want to make our city proud. We want to make our city better. And we want to make our school system better. And I'll do my very, very best to do that. Thank you very much for your support and your votes. I appreciate that.
This is your copy.
Okay. You keep that.
And this is your certificate.
Official.
Ms. Yesenia Velez? You're going to place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. I, Yesenia Velez,
I, Yesenia Velez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments
and to the governments
established
established
in the United
in
States
the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I, Yesenia Velez,
I, Yesenia Velez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of member
for the office of the member
of a Board of Education,
of a Board of Education,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all duties
perform all duties
of that office
of that office
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I, Yesenia Velez,
I, Yesenia Velez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
and declare
and declare
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
as a voter
as a voter
pursuant to RS
pursuant to RS
19:4-1,
19:4-1,
and that I am not disqualified
and that I'm not disqualified
to hold this office
to hold this office
due to a conviction
due to a conviction
of a crime or offense
of a crime or offense
listed in
listed in
NJSA
NJSA
18A:12-1.
18A:12-1.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I'd just like to say a few words. I prepared something for us for tonight. Good evening. First and foremost, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the residents of Perth Amboy for placing their trust in me. Your support, encouragement, and belief in my vision for our schools has been humbling and inspiring. This victory is not just mine. It belongs to all of us who share a passion for creating better opportunities for our children. I want to thank God, my family, friends, and everyone who stood by me throughout this journey. Running for this position was not just a personal endeavor, but a collective effort fueled by the hope of making a difference in our community. As I step into this role, I am committed to working tirelessly for our students, teachers, and families. Together with my fellow board members, I will strive to ensure that our schools are places where every child has the opportunity to succeed, grow, and achieve their dreams. I look forward to engaging with all of you, listening to your concerns, and advocating for the resources and policies that will benefit our city. This is a responsibility I take very seriously, and I promise to serve with integrity, dedication, and deep respect for the trust you've placed in me. Thank you, Perth Amboy, for this is an incredible honor. Thank you.
Roll call. Mr. Anderson.
Present.
Ms. Crawford.
Present.
Mr. George.
Present.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Present.
Mr. Marte.
Present.
Ms. Melendez.
Present.
Mr. Quiles. Ms. Velez.
Present.
I'm going to now open nominations.
Mr.
So present.
Brace, at this point in time, it's my honor to nominate Marisol Gonzalez as president.
I'd like to second that vote.
Any other nominations?
I also would like to nominate Mr. Marte for president.
Second.
Any other nominations? I would need a motion to close nominations.
Motion to close
Motion.
nominations. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The first vote for president for Ms. Gonzalez. Roll call. Mr. Anderson.
No.
Ms. Crawford.
No.
Mr. George.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mr. Marte.
Yes.
Ms. Melendez.
Yes.
Mr. Quiles.
Yes.
Ms. Velez.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez, congratulations, you're president.
Thank you all for your trust. I'd like to nominate Ms. Jasmine Velez for the Vice President of the Board of Education. I second. Are there any more nominations?
I move to close the nominations.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Congratulations, Ms. Melendez.
While she does that, let me talk.
Okay.
Grace is going to do number 9. You two times it, and you're going to do number 10. Okay? Congratulations. Marisol?
I believe that the board actually voted on closing the nominations, but did not vote on the vice president nominations, so I'm going to have Mr. LaBrace do a roll call on that.
So there's a roll call for vice president. Mr. Anderson.
Abstention.
Ms. Crawford.
Yes.
Mr. George.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mr. Marte.
Yes.
Ms. Melendez.
Yes.
Mr. Keelis.
Yes.
Ms. Velez.
Yes.
Congratulations. So we're going to read the Code of Ethics for board members, and then each board member has a copy with their name on it. If they could sign it, I'll collect them at the end of the meeting. Whereas the following Code of Ethics, bylaws numbers 9270, 9271 for board members is set forth as a guide to conflict of interest situations and unethical activity for board members. I will uphold and enforce all laws, state board rules and regulations, and court orders pertaining to schools. Desired changes should be brought about only through legal and ethical procedures. I will make decisions in terms of educational welfare of children and will seek to develop and maintain public schools which meet the individual needs of all children regardless of their ability, race, creed, sex, or social standing. I will confine my board action to policy making, planning, and appraisal, and will help to frame policies and plans only after the board has consulted those who will be affected by them. I will carry out my responsibility not to administer the schools, but together with my fellow board members to see that they are well run. I will recognize that authority rests with the Board of Education and will make no personal promises nor take any private action which may compromise the board. I will refuse to surrender my independent judgment to special interest or partisan political groups, or to use the school for personal gain or the gain of friends. I will hold confidential all matters pertaining to the schools which, if disclosed, would needlessly injure individuals or the schools. But in all other matters, I will provide accurate information and, in concert with my fellow board members, interpret to the staff the aspirations of the community for its schools. I will vote to appoint the best qualified personnel available after consideration of the recommendation of the Chief Administrative Officer. I will support and protect school personnel in the proper performance of their duties. I will refer all complaints to the Chief Administrative Officer and will act on such complaints at public meetings only after failure of an administrative solution. Now, therefore, be it resolved that each board member shall abide by the Code of Ethics and has signed an acknowledgement of receipt to confirm that they have received a copy of the Code of Ethics for school board members contained within the School Ethics Act C.178 PL 2001. Failure to sign this acknowledgement does not relieve a board member of the responsibility to understand and adhere to the Code of Ethics.
Meeting open to the public for discussion of agenda items and non-agenda items. There will be only one public participation session at this meeting. At this time, comments are invited on any matter. Public participation shall be governed by policy number 0167. Anyone wishing to address the board, please state your name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. No participant may speak more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No member of the public may address or question board members individually. Although the board encourages public participation, it reserves the right, through the presiding officer, to terminate remarks to and/or by any individual not keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. The board discourages the public from speaking negatively about any employee, administrator, or student. Individuals can be held personally liable for defamatory or libelous statements made at public meetings. The board bears no responsibility for comments made by members of the public. Comments regarding employees, administrators, or students cannot be legally responded to by any member of the board or administration. I need an motion to open public session.
Motion to open.
Second.
Iris Rodriguez, Perth Amboy. Good evening, board members, faculty, and administrative staff. Happy New Year, and congratulations to the new and returning Board of Education members. As we head into the new year, and as the grandmother of as a great-grandmother of two children in the Perth Amboy school system, this evening I would like to implore each one of you to confront the issues ahead with transparency, an open mind, and a collaborative spirit. Regularly attending these meetings, I have seen that sometimes board members react negatively to the advice and suggestions offered by members of the public. It is important to remember that as representatives of the larger community, it is your role to receive any criticism offered as constructive, and more importantly, as a testament to the issues our parents and students are finding within our school system. Although our school system has been blessed to receive robust support from our state and especially our legislative delegation, we do have serious issues to contend with, and I hope that you all take your responsibility to address these issues seriously and in partnership with the parents, students, and professionals you represent. We are a resilient community, and there is no issue that we cannot get through together. Hopefully, this year, you will all roll up your sleeves and get to work to make our school systems the best school system possible. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Daniel Gonzalez, 129 High Street, Perth Amboy. I just want to congratulate all of you for stepping up to the plate. For those board members that have been here, I know how hard you've been working. There's been some issues with regard to the school system, but I know you guys have been collaboratively trying your best to address the issues that face us in Perth Amboy, and I congratulate you for being there and enduring all of the things that you endure from the public. From staff and all of that. It's a thankless job. You guys don't get paid for it. So I truly, and I think on behalf of the city of Perth Amboy, we truly appreciate all that you do for our students, faculty, and administration. As far as the new folks are, Diane congratulations, she was elected. Congratulations, Diane. And to Jesse as well, who happens to be someone that works in my office. I am looking forward to watch you all grow in your roles on the Board of Education. And I looked forward to an amazing year. Someone visited me during the break, and it's a student. His name is Wilfredo Gomez. He's sitting right over there. And I'm calling him out because he is currently a student at Harvard, has been a student at Cambridge, Haverford. Where else, Will? Bucknell. He has a master's from Bucknell, too. He's one of the truly most amazing stories that I've ever seen come out of Perth Amboy. He's a brilliant young man with a brilliant heart. He grew up on Hall Avenue. So just so if you don't know him, He's someone that's going to be around for a while. Get to know him. He's a product of the very system that we talk about negatively sometimes, but there is hope in Perth Amboy when young people like Will can achieve greatness, and it's truly amazing. So I'd like to clap it up for not only Perth Amboy schools, for our superintendent that works so hard, and all the administration. Let's make this place better and use people like Wilfredo Gomez as a springboard in understanding that we have so much potential. Let's make it happen together, guys. Thank you.
Dr. Pepe, is there anybody on remote?
I do have a couple of remote participants. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Pepe. I'm the IT director. I'll be moderating the remote public portion of the meeting tonight. For those of you who are in remote and wish to speak, use the raise your hand feature in Microsoft Teams. To raise your hand, press *5 and follow the system prompt to unmute. And remote participants, you'll hear a beeping sound when your 3 minutes are up. Okay, does anyone wish to speak in the remote? I have no one with their hands raised in the remote. Thank you.
I need a motion to close public session.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Public session is closed. Whereas pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B, the Board of Education may exclude the public from that portion of a public meeting wherein the board discusses any of the matters set forth at NJSA 10:4-12B1-9. Now, therefore be it resolved that in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act, the Board of Education shall conduct a closed session pursuant to the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12B for the purpose of discussing the following matters. Appointment of a public official. It is anticipated that the length of time of this executive session will be approximately 15 minutes, and that action may be taken place in public after the executive session. I need a motion to enter executive session.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The time is 6:09. The time is now 7:02. I need a motion to close executive session.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Executive session is closed. I'd like to make a motion to open the session to interview our next board member for the vacant position. Candidate. Sorry.
Come to the dais.
Mr. Gomez, can you come to the dais?
Describe the process a little bit.
Yep. At this time, the candidate for the open board position will be interviewed. We have 5 questions that will be asked by board members, and you can take your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Marte?
Good evening, Mr. Gomez. I'm Louis Marte. I just want to see how familiar you are with our school district. So the first question is, in your opinion, what is the most pressing issue facing our school system and why? I'll say it again. What is the most pressing issue facing our school system and why? Again, this is your opinion.
Sure. And thank you for the question, Mr. Marte. In my view, I think the most pressing issue facing any school district, and our district in particular, is making sure that our students are well prepared and educated, especially this day and age, because the seniors that will be crossing the stage in June, right? These are students who have faced significant learning loss in the pandemic, and that goes all the way down to our kindergartners and pre-K students. And it will be a challenge for education in general to even gauge, right, what we lost there and how we address that. And so, in my view, the steps that the board can take, and that if I'm on the board alongside you all, that we can take as a board, is ensuring that the district can perform its most critical function of educating students to the best of its ability. And I think that can be achieved by ensuring that we have the most fiscal responsibility as possible. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Gomez, Michael George speaking. I'm very impressed by your resume, but I have one question to ask you, and that is, what ideas would you bring to the table to improve our staff morale?
Thank you, Mr. George. I'm a big fan of inspiring leadership and responsibility upon people, and I think that I know at my district, a lot of the initiatives we've done is investing into staff leadership programs, student leadership programs, because when there's buy-in, I think there's a bit more investment that you'll see from staff, because no one goes into education for, and I can say this as you see in my resume, I'm an educator. We don't go into this for money. So for all of us, this is a passion, and I think that if we take actions to make sure that people are able to see that they can grow, and this can be a profession that produces real results, as Perth Amboy has done, and I'm sure will continue to do, I think that's the best way we can ensure that staff stay inspired.
Thank you.
Ms. Velez?
Hello, Mr. Gomez. I'm going to ask you a quick question. Hopefully this will be easy for you. Gandhi once said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." What change would you make in the district that would impact our students' education?
Sure. I think for me, and a lot of my education work in the district that I work at professionally, and things I would hope to spread here and elsewhere in my career, is again, just inspiring engagement. You know, public education as an institution itself, right? We're here to make sure that there is an informed public, a responsible public, a public that is able to take care of themselves and of each other, is more empathetic. And so I would really like for us to invest in things like the peer mediation program the district has going on. Again, like, I'm glad that we're thinking so much about staff morale, about student retention, and about making sure that not just that the graduation rates go up, but that these students are achieving what they want to do, whether it is going to the workforce, pursuing trades, whether it's getting to Ivy Leagues, public colleges, whatever they need to do, that we continue to produce greatness here from Perth Amboy Public Schools.
Thank you. Ms. Melendez?
Good evening, Mr. Gomez. Thank you for interviewing with us today.
Thank you.
If given the opportunity to serve on our Board of Education, how do you plan to advocate for the student quality education given our current budget concerns?
Absolutely. So from my view, I think that first and foremost, I think implementing a strategic communication plan would, I think, really improve our, I think really address these issues with staff morale that we're talking about, of community buy-in, And I know that the board likely has plans to communicate that as we go forward. But I think if we are able to get the community to understand, not only will we be able to advocate to people like our legislators, we can have the community advocate as well. And I think best position ourselves to display why we warrant the procurement of more state funding, because under that's what it will come down to. Yeah, I mean, in my view, I think that we just really need to communicate to our legislators and to the community, so that way it's not just if, one board member, if 9 board members advocate for this, it's maybe not as effective as if we can get the community buy-in.
Thank you.
Mr. Quiles?
Good evening, Mr. Gomez.
Good evening.
What are your goals if chosen to serve on the board?
Sure. I just hope to be the best board member I can be. As I don't have to explain to any of you, no one is a board member on their own. We form a Board of Education. We act upon and make policy as a united Board of Education. And so I just hope that I can bring some further unity, some further innovation, some fresh perspective. As you maybe can tell, I'd probably be the youngest sitting member on the board if I get on there. And so I just hope to, and also even just speaking about inspiring engagement, it's not too many of my friends that are like me really itching to get on a Board of Education. So I hope to inspire more people to see why this is important, why it is something to strive to, and why holding public offices is so important, why these seats are so important. It's not just because of titles, it's not just because of anything else. It's just really about the mission and the ideals that you implement behind your policies. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gomez. You can return to your seat.
Thank you.
At this time, there are no more candidates, so I don't believe that there is any further need for executive session. Do I need to vote on that? I want to make a motion to close the candidate interviews.
I
So
second.
moved. I defer.
Thank you. I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Sorry, that has to be a roll call.
So we're going to take a roll call vote to appoint Mr. Isaias Gomez as board member. Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
Ms. Crawford.
Yes.
Mr. George.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
Mr. Marte.
Yes.
Ms. Melendez.
Yes.
Mr. Quiles.
Yes.
Ms. Velez.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations, Mr. Gomez. So at a later date, you'll be sworn in, and then you'll be able to join us up on the dais. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Moving on, I'd like to make a motion to pass items number 15 on page 5 on the agenda through number 16 on page 6. Motion?
Motion to move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passed. There will be no need for another executive session, so we will be moving on to old business. I need a motion to open old business.
Motion.
Move it.
Second.
Is there anything anyone would like to discuss? I need a motion to close old business.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Moving on to new business. I need a motion to open new business.
Motion.
Second.
Anybody have any new business?
Madam President, I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Ms. Megan Odiella, who has served this Board of Education, and she's in attendance this evening, with ethical values, fortitude, a promise to help this community. And I'd like to offer her a placard which signifies her journey with us and knowing that she will continue to be out there doing the same. I will say from my point of view and my perspective, this is an individual that has done nothing but what was best for this community and for the Board of Ed in executive session. As we know, she was someone that was always very kind and also someone that would speak her mind on behalf of this community. And sometimes you're not able to see or hear those things that are going on. But I wanted to make the public aware that this is an individual who volunteered her time and, like many of you at times, was inappropriately spoken about. And I want to state right now, definitely to this community, that this woman is a not only fine human being, but she's been a great board member, and I'm certainly going to miss her. And I want to thank her for everything. I'd like to ask you to please join us to say a few words. Before you do that, I just want to come give you something.
I have been a member of this Board of Education since February of 2023. Since then, there have been many highs and lows. For instance, I will never forget my very first board meeting, which was shortly after the unfortunate stabbing of one of our precious students. I remember the board collectively listened to the pain, frustration, hurt, and fear of students, parents, and teachers. It was at that moment I understood my assignment. I can only fathom what we as board members look like to the community, sitting on the dais, making decisions that affect your children, our next generation. While I can understand that these decisions look easy and that there may be a lot of rubber stamping, but please hear me when I say that is not the case. The decisions that are made up there keep everyone up at night. The discussions are countless, as we know the importance and impact of what we are doing. That being said, I do not make the decision to step away from the board lightly, as I know the work that still needs to be done. As I step away and pass the baton to others, I want to thank Dr. Roman and his entire administration for welcoming me with open arms and the continued willingness to have the hard discussions. To the teachers and staff, thank you for always supporting the board in all its endeavors. Isabel Machado, I like to think that we have a special connection due to our profession, and I will always appreciate your ability to be an unbiased legal mind for the board. To Marisol, my forever vice president, I will always appreciate your guidance and staunch perseverance to do what is right. Jasmine, thank you for always speaking up for what you believe, no matter what anyone else thinks. Mr. Anderson, while we may sit on the opposite ends of the belief spectrum, thank you for challenging me to always think outside the box. Diane, it has been a pleasure working with you these last few months. Louis, I always appreciate your perspective I leave meetings with so much to think about. Joas, thank you for always listening to me, no matter how interesting my opinions may be. To my two running mates, Mr. George, your voice of reason is unmatched. Thank you for believing in me and the work we do in this setting. Yesenia, I know you will not take take being chosen to represent our students lightly. I urge you to not just do good, do great. To the parents of our students, please be patient with the board. They truly want what's best for your children. Please be open with them. They are always willing to learn and listen to your thoughts and suggestions. To the students of the Perth Amboy District, I will miss attending the meetings and having a direct voice in the matters that affect you also personally. This is not a goodbye. I will still make my presence known and be a voice in the community. I hold this community dear to my heart, and I am so proud of the work that I have done with this board. I am excited for what's next. Thank you for allowing me to hold space.
I too want to thank you, Ms. Oduyela, for your dedication to us as the Board of Education, for your objectivity always, being able to step back and use your legal mind as opposed to sometimes we can be a little too emotionally invested in our certain causes, and you always kind of stop and made us think about that and to really see it much more objectively. Also, just for your friendship and your guidance, your compassion for the students, for the teachers, for administration, and for your deep understanding and loyalty to this position. We're going to miss you. Any comments?
I'd definitely like to say something, Megan, and I just want to say thank you for what you brought to the board. Sometimes one of the questions we always ask is like, what do you have to bring to the board? From the beginning, I knew you were very, very knowledgeable based on your, on your experience, on your career, things like that. But you're such a strong woman that stand for what they believe, and not just that, but you say it. You're not afraid of saying things, and I love that. I love people that they believe in something, they go after it, and they make sure, that people listen to them. And that's a great quality of a leader, somebody that's not afraid, somebody that stands for what they believe. And for that, I thank you for bringing that to the board.
Okay, if there's not any more comments, I'd like to make a motion to close new business. Or I need a motion to close new business.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
And now I need a motion to adjourn tonight's board meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Forgot to. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? This meeting is closed. The time is 7:22.